My name is Olivia, and I'm using she, her pronouns at the time I record this. Nobody will be surprised if that changes in the future. I'll keep you posted. And just a 1-minute warm up today, and then we're getting right into it. So if you think you need more time to warm up, you go ahead and do that. All right. I'm feeling the need to stretch side to side. Oh. And I do encourage you, if you like to not be surprised, and that is me, you can take a look in the description. And in the description, I've got timestamps for all the exercises I'm offering, and I definitely encourage you to pause, to change things, to do what you need to do to feel good in your body. And let's take this just a little bit of a twist. It's like a twisting, if you ever did that stretch in class called Barbie on the Beach. Oh, I just realized I'm doing it as an open twist. It's fine. Woof. We'll work our arms, our legs, our abs, a little bit of our minds. Mostly, let's get right into it. I'm hoping this can be a chance to let your mind take a little rest. Let's start with some shoulder taps. You can do this with your legs as far back as you want. So here, kind of in more of a all fours. I'm not feeling it too much in my abs, and it's gentle on my arms. If I bring my knees back into more of a plank, I need to tighten my core. It just engages more of our body. And so the way that I've got the sequence set up today is we're kind of doing a similar set of 8 shapes 3 times in a row with little modifications each time through. So next time we return to this sort of push-up position, I'm going to offer push-ups instead of shoulder taps. But if that won't be a good choice for you, you could keep doing the shoulder taps. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like I'm sticking my butt up in the air. Okay, let's come down to our bellies for a twisting cobra. So if you can, point your toes back, press them into the ground. Using your back muscles to lift yourself up. You can help with your hands as much as you need to. The idea here is we're going to use our back muscles, and we're going to take a little shoulder dip to one side. Ooh, it's also a nice stretch. And then back muscle engagement, lifting up through center, shoulder dip to the other side. Back muscle engagement. If you just more of that back than using the hands as much as possible, and then we kind of sink into the stretch. Back to lift, sink into the stretch. Remember to breathe. Which really there, I think it's more about remember not to hold your breath. Your body's going to breathe you so intelligently. But sometimes we get anxious, we get constricted, we hold our breath. It's so common, so normal. All right, I'm going to do this hip circle from my forearms to give my wrists a little break. Pressing down, not sinking into your shoulder joints. Let's reverse that hip circle, go the other way. Now I hope you've noticed that you can take more time transitioning in between shapes. There's no rush. I'm trying to get between the shapes relatively quickly so that if you look up at the screen, you see what's next. And like when I do this without recording, I probably do take more time. Let's switch legs. Letting your neck relax if you can. Some of those sort of advanced practice tips, which is to reverse directions rather it's reverse directions, but the advanced practice is don't engage muscles that don't need to work. Take advantage of rest where you can, and it will help the muscles that are doing the work get more of the attention, more of the blood flow, more of the strength building. And I see a lot of neck tension in folks. All right, opening up to the side. We're gonna do the scissor. Sorry. I almost offered the next exercise. Here we go. It's kind of like a scissor jumping jack. If you have a name for this, please share it with me. If you've done some of my other classes, you're going to notice a lot of the same exercises. I just put them in a different order this time. Just playing around, keeping it fun. Nice. Change sides. Whee! Just letting your breath flow, letting yourself do the exercise in a way that works for you. It doesn't have to look like what I'm doing. It doesn't have to be the same thing I'm doing. It needs to be what works for you. Beautiful. Rolling to your back. A little bit of abs. We'll start with a dead bug. One of the reasons that I'm sharing these classes is because I have a couple friends who also have foot injuries, and I wanted them to see how I was doing my thing so they could do their thing. But I also just want to say, like, for whatever reason, fitness stuff is an area of my life where I'm comfortable. I gravitate towards certain teachers, of course, but I'm relatively comfortable making it up as I go. But there are other areas of my life where I really want someone to hold my hand, to tell me what step is next, to give me some encouragement and some hugs and some support. My biggest one right now is woodworking. I really need to make some bookshelves. And I'm just having such a hard time getting started. And so let's do Pilates roll-up. And so I like to teach in a bit of a choose your own adventure style, but I just also want to say, if you wish that there was like more clear directions, more precise, here's what to do, that's so normal. Like, I have other places in my life where I want that, but for whatever reason with exercise stuff, the thing that helped me the most was getting in with some teachers who really taught me how to feel what I needed to do and encouraged me to modify. After this, we're going to come back to our hands and knees for those push-ups that I promised you at the beginning. So here we go. I'm taking my jacket off. You start doing those push-ups if you're ready. If push-ups are just like so hard, I mean, me too. Do a couple, take a rest, do a couple more. It's okay. Go back to the shoulder taps. Drink some water. You're not failing, you're growing, you're healing at your own speed. also in the description a couple of sort of fitness-centric, like vaguely motivational videos that helped me out. Okay, back to our bellies. So if you liked that twist thing we did before, that's still an option. This time I'm going to offer just a more direct back strengthening exercise. Bringing your arms extended out long ahead of you in a sort of Superman shape. And then if you want a little variety, you can crunch them back using your back muscles, not your neck. Back muscles, not neck. I gotta be honest, I think I also squeeze my glutes pretty hard when I do this, so. Not trivial. Thank goodness. Bird dog. That means diagonal arm and leg extending out and then coming into crunch under your body. And go as fast or slow as you want to. I would say that slower is often harder and gives you the chance to be a little more controlled, but you do you. The more present we can be in our bodies, though, the more mindful we can be of the exercises we're doing, the less likely we are to injure ourselves. And there's some cool research showing that you actually get stronger when you're more present. I hope I remember to actually do all these things I say I'll put in the description. Woof. Or you could Google it. Let's just do that. There's a phenomena that's mostly in switching the bird dog side that is more prominent in older people, that even just visualizing exercising increases their muscle mass. It's not as much a thing for younger folks, but it still matters. And so doing the exercise and paying attention to how you're doing it and visualizing which muscles are going on makes it really effective. It also, when we're kind of just with our sensations and with our bodies, it gives our minds a chance to relax. If you're anything like me, if you've watched this far, we've probably got a few things in common. You've probably got a little bit of a crazy brain. I don't mean that in a bad way, just like it's probably going all the fucking time. So give it a nap. Focus on those physical sensations instead. I know, it's not always easy to do. Believe me, I know. Okay. Opening up into a side plank. Whew. But on the forearm, we're going to do a little lat crunch. Oh, those glasses need to be tightened. They don't need to be on my face right now. It's okay. Switching sides. Okay, here we go. Other side. I know that sometimes it's like faster, slower to get from one side to the other, or one pose to the other. Just do what feels right. I feel like I probably end up doing exercises for about 45 seconds, taking like a 10 to 15 second transition. to the abs. This time, let's bicycle. Okie doke. And low ab scissor. This is one of the hardest exercises that I try to do. It's very, yeah, it's great. Some people can put their legs way down closer to the ground and it's comfortable for them. I've got a significant like lumbar arch. I was a competitive dancer and ballerina for many years in my younger days, and yeah, there are just ways that my spine doesn't really like to bend anymore. So keeping my abs tight and keeping integrity in my lower back is more important to me than having my feet close to the ground, and this angle gives me plenty of engagement in my abs. So just another one of those things where it's like you never know what someone else's body history is or why they're able to do the things they can do. Back upright. 2 push-ups. Okay, this time, smorgasbord, shoulder tap, and then a push-up. If you like that, you can do that. If you hate that, you can do something else. I'm still not sure if I like it. I've been doing it for a couple days. I think it's interesting. I like the stabilizer muscle engagement. But I think one of the challenges is I'm having to like carefully place my hands back down each time. And so that might make it a little maybe more risky for like push-up exact elbow positioning. You decide. Thank goodness. All right, belly down. This time, full locust. So I'm letting my whole back line of my body engage. My feet are intentionally up off the ground. My arms are intentionally up off the ground. And I'm going to do that alternating arm. And then kind of it's like a back crunch. So left arm, right arm, both arms, locust, back crunch. Wow, that's a lot. Right arm, left arm, both arms, back crunch. Feel free to come down to rest in between. I should probably be modeling that. I've been doing this for a few days now though, and it's growing on me. For the first time I did it, I was definitely resting more. Yay. All right, back up to our hands and knees for another round of bird dog. If you like those hip circles more, you could do those. I couldn't quite think of something like hands and knees bird dog shaped that was different. I guess we could do some holding pulses up there if you want to mix it up. Challenge yourself a little bit differently. I like that this is also a balance pose. Oh, I just remembered an exercise I had a yoga class or yoga teacher do years ago, which was this sort of bird dog to fire hydrant. I'll teach that properly maybe in the next one. All right, switching sides. Since I did some pulses on the other side, I'm doing them here. Feel free to just keep bird dogging. But if you wanted to see that kind of alternative shape, it's this funny little like fire hydrant. Bird dog mashup. Oh, that's great. Whew. All right, opening up into a side plank. This time I'm staying all the way up, making this long diagonal line. Wow, that feels great on my side body. And then I'm gonna crunch it in from this position. You can always lower it down. You could do those sort of scissor kick jumping jacks from the first round. The elbow down, side crunch. Ooh, nice stretch. You could just stretch. I'm sweating. All right, switching sides. Whew. Oh, the stretch is good. Excuse me. To the backs, we just have 2 minutes. I suggest ab stuff. I'm gonna do those bicycles again. I've taught the breath pattern I use in some of the other classes I've uploaded, but I find it helps, especially with ab work. I'm prone to trying to hold my breath, just constricting it. And so inhale, inhale, up, inhale, twist, inhale, exhale, center, exhale, down. And then, if you like to rock and roll on your spine, do a little rock and roll balance, or this sort of washing machine, side to side action. Wow, it's hard. It's very, very hard. Just put your heels on the ground. It's still hard enough. If you like adding in that balance element and it's fun for you, and you can keep the integrity in your lower spine. You did it, and so did I. We made it to the end. Thank you. Thanks for practicing with me. Really appreciate it. I hope that you're feeling all right. I hope that you give yourself some time to stretch and drink lots of water. Feel free to leave a comment. I'm very curious. I'm open to taking requests. I am very capable of chatting. I was trying to kind of tone it down a little bit because I rewatched one of my classes and I was like, nobody wants to hear me talk this much. But if I'm wrong and you want to hear all of the weirdness in my head, oh, just say the word and I'll probably have way too much fun with that. So I hope the weirdness in your head is manageable, that you're taking very good care of yourself, your mind, your body, your all of who you are is beautiful. Love you guys. Bye.